Hello there. I'm Martin Jarvis. William Brown, commonly known as Just William, written by Richmal Crompton, enjoyed many birthdays, but always remained eternally 11 years old. Now, here's an excerpt from A Sweet Little Girl in White, written in 1924, and it's the first time William met his nemesis, Violet Elizabeth Bott. At the vicar's, William's mother was buttonholed by Mrs. Bott. The Bott family had newly arrived to live at the Hall in the village.
"Oh, I hope you'll come and see me, dear," said Mrs. Bott. "And didn't someone say you had a little boy? Do bring him. I want Violet Elizabeth to get to know some nice little children."
Mrs. Brown hesitated. She would hardly have described William as a nice little child. Well,
"Then you'll come, dearie, and bring the little boysie with you, won't you?"
she took Mrs. Brown's speechlessness for consent. A day later, William went very reluctantly with his mother to the Bott residence. An overdressed Mrs. Bott was sitting in an over-furnished drawing room. She rose at once with an over-effusive smile and held out over-ringed hands.
"Oh, so you brought your dear little boysie," she began.
The over-effusive smile died away before the look that William turned on her.
I hadn't thought of him quite like that, but I'm sure he's sweet."
Then Violet Elizabeth entered. She was dressed in a white lace-trimmed dress with a blue waistband, and her skirts stood out like tiny ballet dancers in a filmy froth of lace-trimmed petticoats. William gazed at this apparition in horror.
"Good afternoon,"
said Violet Elizabeth primly. "Afternoon," said William in a hollow voice.
"Take the little boysie into the garden, Violet Elizabeth," said her mother, "and play with him nicely."
William and Violet Elizabeth eyed each other apprehensively.
"Come along, boy,"
said Violet Elizabeth. William, with the air of a hero bound to his execution, accompanied Violet Elizabeth into the garden.
"What's your name?"
said Violet Elizabeth. William felt at any rate relieved that none of his friends could see him in this unmanly situation, talking to a kid like that, all eyes and curls and skirts. "William Brown," he said distantly, looking over her head as if he did not see her.
"How old are you?"
"11."
"My name's Violet Elizabeth. I'm 6.
He made no comment.
"Now you must play with me."
"No, I don't play little girls' games," he said scathingly. But Violet Elizabeth did not appear to be scathed.
"Don't you know any little girls? I'll teach you little girls' games."
"No, I don't want to. I don't like them. I don't like little girls' games. I don't want to know them." Violet Elizabeth gazed at him open-mouthed.
"Don't you like little girls?"
"Me? I don't know anything about them. I don't want to."
"Don't you like me?"
Her blue eyes filled slowly with tears. Her lips quivered.
I like you. Don't you like me?"
William stared at her in trepidation.
You do like me, don't you?"
A large shining tear welled over and trickled down the small pink cheek.
"You're making me cry. You're making me cry because you won't say you like me."
No, I do like you. Don't cry. I do like you, honestly.
Oh, I'm so glad. You like all little girls, don't you? You do, don't you?
William looked round the garden wildly for escape and found none. Violet Elizabeth's eyes filled with tears again.
You do like all little girls, don't you? You do, don't you?
It was a nightmare to William. They were standing in full view of the drawing-room window. Oh, yes, all right, I do. I do like all little girls. Honest, I do. She smiled again, radiantly, through her tears.
You wish you were the little girl, don't you?
Yes, honest, yeah. Honest, I do.
Kiss me,
She said, raising her glowing face. Oh, William was broken. He brushed her cheek with his.
That's not a kiss.
Well, it's my kind of a kiss.
All right. Now let's play fairies. I'll show you how.
On the way home, Mrs. Brown asked William if he had enjoyed it. William had spent most of the afternoon in the character of a gnome attending upon Violet Elizabeth in the character of the Fairy Queen. Any attempt at rebellion had been met with tear-filled eyes and trembling lips. He was feeling embittered with life. If all girls are like that, he said, well, when you think of all the hundreds of girls there must be in the world, well, it makes you feel sick. And later, William confessed to his friends, the outlaws, I'm not going to have anything to do with any old girl ever again. It's all very well saying that, said Douglas. It's all very well saying that, but it's them has to do with you. And I'm never going to marry any old girl, said William. It's all very well saying that, said Douglas again, but some old girl will probably marry you. Bye-bye.